Hey guys, it's United Way, and welcome to the Fantasy Football Podcast with Chomp Gaming. It originally was supposed to be my podcast with Chomp Gaming on it every week, but it's going to go on both of our channels, so it is obviously both of our podcasts now. And this is for week 4, and how about we just generally talk about Game Week 3? How did you...
How did I fare? Well, I didn't fare too great. I got 27 points, which is way below the average.
45, yeah, you had a really bad week.
Yeah, that was mostly because Terry gave me -3 because he got sent off, obviously, and I just generally didn't get many points from everybody. And my only two big hitters were Cedric with 6 and Klein with 6. So there you go.
Yeah, I mean, I think it's obligatory for you to have at least one player sent off every game week at this point.
It is. Hopefully I can break that trend, but I doubt. I think
two goalkeepers and a defender. I done well. I got the most points I've got so far this season, but it was mainly down to one man. If you talk about people who got more than the normal points, Darmian got 5, obviously, because he's an incredible right back. Chadley got 6.
Do you have a yellow or something?
Yeah, you got yellow card, obviously.
He just generally does get yellow cards.
He does. And Diego Costa, I actually made a good captain's choice. He got 20 points.
If only I did the same.
Boom. But there was at one point where Diego Costa had more points than your team.
Yeah, I know.
On Sunday. He had more points than your whole team.
Horrendous. I didn't even know I get 27, to be honest.
Klein kind of saved you there.
Exactly. But, well, not really, because I still lost. It's a head-to-head league. So.
Yeah, I know, but to get an embarrassing amount of points, at least, you don't want to be getting in the teens. Also, I want to talk about... Actually, I won't talk about that yet. But we'll go on to our teams for Game Week 4. I'll reiterate, if I didn't have Diego Costa, I would have been pretty screwed.
Yeah, you would, to be honest. You'd be hard with me.
Oh yeah, I forgot to talk about matches. You lost your match against a guy that you're expected to beat, let's be honest.
Because he was playing De Gea in a goal, so he clearly doesn't check his team.
No.
So.
He's down Graham up front, I think. Yeah, that says it all. I was playing a guy who had Falcao up front, Harry, and I only managed to beat him. He had a good week. I don't know how. He had 42 points, which was just below the average, but that's a very respectable amount of points.
I do think I'll be doing well next week, actually, against my next opponent. I have a feeling I'll win.
I will talk through my team for next week. I've got Lucas Fabianski, United at home. Obviously, not too confident there, but you never know. United aren't good going forward this season. Darmian, Swansea away, the same match, and I don't really see him keeping a clean sheet there, as good as United's defence is. Ivanovic, Palace at home. Again, can't see him keeping the clean sheet, but should be okay. Liverpool, Cresswell, Liverpool away. You never know. West Houlihan, Southampton away, another tough fixture. Santi Cazorla, Newcastle away. Chadley, Everton at home. And one of my new transfers. I've got rid of Mata. Reluctantly, I look at the fixture list, and I have more confidence in my new player, Yaya Toure.
Oh, that was a very nice decision, actually.
I was looking through the next 4, 5, 6 fixtures for United and City, and I just don't see Mata getting more points than Yaya Toure at all. He is Watford at home. I've got Wayne Rooney, Swansea away. I'll give him a couple more weeks. I would take him out, but there's just no one I can really replace him with.
Oh yeah, Rooney is just, tragic.
There's just no one I can replace him with. There's a striker famine at the minute. I've got Diego Costa. He retains his captaincy for Palace at home. And another player. I've gauged the next few fixtures and decided that Troy Deeney is not good enough. And it might seem a little bit bandwagony, but I've got Callum Wilson.
Does seem a bit, to be honest.
Yeah, but if you look at his next fixtures, he's got
not too bad.
Leicester at home, Norwich away, and Sunderland at home.
And when you say about the whole City and United thing, you have to just look at City and just go, okay, they're just going to tank through everybody. Yeah. So that's how you kind of look at them.
If you compare that to Deeney's next 3 fixtures, City away.
Oh, God.
If Game Week 5 would come up. Swansea at home, which would be tough enough. Newcastle away. I feel like there was another tough fixture somewhere. I can't really find it, but I feel like Callum Wilson will probably get me more points. Okay. With my bench obviously being Hennessy, Milner, Mertesacker and Taylor.
Okay, let me talk you through my team. I have Boaz Michael in goal, the legend that he is. He is Stoke away. I can't imagine he's going to keep a clean sheet there. My captaincy was Ivanovic last week. That didn't turn out too well, so I've now given it to my new transfer, Company, and it was Terry out, Company in. So I'm now playing a 3-4-3. So then I have Klein, which is West Ham at home, which is going to be grand.
Should do well.
Yeah, and Cedric, he's a bit of a tank himself, so he is Norwich at home. That's more or less fine. And Ken Milner has West Ham at home, and not expecting much from Milner.
No.
MacArthur has Chelsea away, so that's not going to be great.
No.
Coutinho, West Ham at home, I'll be fine. Mata, Swansea away. Hopefully he can.
You never know.
Slip something
He's
in.
actually he's more of a big game player.
And then this is where the controversy lies with me. I brought in Wilson as my shit player, and as you know, Wilson got 17 points last week, but I transferred him out. So I transferred him back in, and I said, you're going to be in my first team, mate. You are going to do well, or I'll beat you.
Do you know there's actually... Geez, that's aggressive.
I know.
You just know there's someone out there in the fantasy football world that had triple captain on Wilson.
There has to be. With I don't know how many million players there are. And then I've Rooney, of course, which I'll probably transfer him out in the next 2 or 3 weeks. And then I've Monday, Tuesday, Harry Kane, and his season has to start off somewhere.
It does.
Please. I know he's slow, but he's having a slow start as well.
I actually saw someone who had triple captain on John Terry, minus. So if we can all spare a thought for him.
Yeah.
Yeah. Also, I don't know if you said your captain, so captain's choice.
I did, yeah. I told them that I had Ivanovic last week and now I have Company, so...
That's pretty safe. It's pretty safe, but it could go all wrong.
It could go. You never know. It is football. He could be sent off. We don't know.
I actually realised I haven't really adjusted my team this week. I kind of forgot to do that completely. There's still time. But I think I'm probably going to stick with Diego Costa, Palace at home. Because they don't have their first choice keeper and that.
Okay, so my bench looks like Adrian, and he's still on he's not coming back for a little while. Chester, I'm not putting him, and then Lenz isn't likely to play anyway, and then Ivanovic, I just took him off. I don't have faith in him.
Now, if you go to the league standings, if you haven't tuned into the podcast before, you know that I still have my 100% record. Even though I haven't really got a huge amount of points. There are 3 people with more points than me and 1 with the exact same. Yet I have managed to stay top of the league with 3 wins out of 3. And you have went down to second bottom.
Yes,
James,
it's tragic. Wow. But I do feel like I will win my next game. And again, points don't only matter to an extent. It matters about winning games. Winning them games.
You are playing Dylan. You should get points there, and I am playing Kieran. So that'll be tough. But I fancy myself. The average is still in 4th, but it's good to see that I've knocked it off the top of the table, because if that was still in the league, it would be a little bit embarrassing. But on to rest in peace. You brought out Zarate.
I did bring out Zarate, obviously, because he's injured.
Yeah, so there's not too much to talk about there. But I brought out, who did I say again? Mata and Dini. Just because I've gauged the next few fixtures for the respective sides against who I was going to bring in and did bring in the end. And it just makes no sense for me to keep them at this moment in time. So, also, do you think people should keep Memphis? Should they get Memphis?
Honestly, I don't think so at the moment. He's going to have a bit of a slow start, kind of locking into your side, and I think he will be worth the buy in a few weeks.
The buy.
Ah, well,
was that accidental?
It was actually.
Yeah, I thought as much. But United have some difficult fixtures. Off the top of my head, I'm a United fan, obviously, because you're probably watching this in United way, maybe on SoundCloud. But we have some difficult fixtures coming up. We've got Swansea away, Liverpool at home, Everton away, I want to say, then Sunderland or something at home, which would be grand, and
you've Southampton, I think.
City at home. It would just usually have tough fixtures other than the...
Oh, you have Sunderland in game week 7.
That's fine. If you're going to the most transferred in players again, the stock markets, Mahrez, obviously, Pedro, which I don't really get, 9.5 million. Don't think he'll do that well.
Oh, well, for 9.5 million, no.
Yeah. Wilson from Bournemouth, Kolarov and Yaya Toure. Transfers out, Rooney again, Kane, Hazard, Ivanovic. Pretty similar looking list with Jordan Henderson as well. So that makes sense.
It's a pretty similar list to last week as well.
It actually is. But thank you for watching the podcast, Fantasy Premier League podcast for Game Week 4. Please tweet us some questions on Twitter. I actually forgot to tweet to ask questions, so we don't have that on the agenda this week. But please subscribe to us and repost our stuff on SoundCloud, and I'll see you for Game Week 5.